Join me as we embark on a 13-hour journey aboard a 1-year-old Turkish Airlines Airbus A350 from Manila to Istanbul in business class. We will explore the food, the comfort of the beds, and the overall service. Are Turkish Airlines truly as exceptional as the reputation suggests? Let's hop on board and find out.
Really good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna fly Turkish Airlines from Manila to Istanbul in their Airbus A350. Currently the clock is 3 in the morning. We're headed for the check-in area, so let's go and check it out.
Terminal 3 at Manila International Airport was quiet this early morning. We headed straight for the check-in, and the business class check-in had no queue this morning.
Well, the boarding process went really smooth. There was no line. There was a long line for the economy class, but no line for business. Took around 5 minutes to check the bags and everything, so really swift process.
With a daunting departure of 5:45 a.m. and already at the airport by 3 in the morning, there wasn't much to do except head to the lounge.
So there is a business class lounge for Turkish passengers. There's also a Chris Flyer lounge or Silver Chris lounge from Singapore Airlines here. Unfortunately, that doesn't open before 4:30 a.m. So we are invited to the PAGS lounge, I think it's called. We're heading there now. And here is the Singapore Airlines lounge. Gonna enter this later when it opens. But for now, it's down here.
Turkish Airlines business class passengers are invited to the PAGS lounge, a shared contract lounge among multiple airlines. The lounge had a lot of options to choose from, like sandwiches, fried rice and dim sum. And it wasn't that busy. There was even an airport view from the lounge. While we were sitting there, we saw our inbound A350 taxiing to the stand. As soon as the Singapore Airlines Chris lounge opened, we headed there.
We're currently the first one in the lounge, which is nice.
The lounge was completely empty and had many seating arrangements. The food selection and quality here was much better, with a lot of fresh options. And as you can see, I don't like goat cheese. But other than that, the food was good. After our lounge adventure, it was time for boarding. Let's check out the seat map of this flight. Turkish Airlines A350-900 aircraft features a total of 329 seats divided into 2 classes, business and economy. Let's start with economy, which has 297 seats configured in a 333 layout. In the business class section, there are 32 seats arranged in a 1-to-1 configuration, giving every passenger aisle access. The middle seat, Echo and Foxtrot in odd number, are known as honeymoon seats, as they are next to one another. Meanwhile, the Delta and Golf seats in even number rows offers more privacy thanks to the tables between the seats. We selected the honeymoon seats, 5 Echo and Foxtrot. As I stepped in the business class cabin, I was impressed by the elegant and contemporary look, thanks to the grey and black colors used on the seats and the bulkhead. The business class seats manufactured by Stelia Aerospace are designed like cocoons, providing extra privacy when seated. The seats are all staggered. Window seats and even row numbers are located closer to the window and separated from the aisle by the side console, while the seats in odd number rows are closer to the aisle. If you're traveling alone, I recommend choosing one of the true window seats in the even number rows for more privacy and less disturbance from crew or passenger walking along the aisle. In the middle section, their seats are also staggered. Those in even number rows are spaced further apart and are closer to the aisle, while the seats in odd numbered rows are right next to each other and further from the aisle. If you are new here, my name is Magnus and I'm obsessed with airlines, luxury flying and all about travel. I love maximizing my points to get sweet deals, and when my points run low, I use my hard-earned money. If you love to see more, check out some of my other videos in the link in the description or on my channel. If you're enjoying this journey with me, pressing that subscribe button would be amazing. It's your support that enables me to share my honest reviews and give you an unbiased review of airlines. Now back to the video. Let's sit down and have the famous seat tour. Right in front of you there's an 18-inch touchscreen TV. Underneath the TV you will find a tray table and a footwell. Turkish Airlines provides a blanket, slippers and a pillow for added comfort. The footwell isn't the biggest, but we will check that out later in the flight. The tray table is located under the TV and can be pulled out using a lever. It's folded, but once unfolded, it becomes large and sturdy. Near the aisle on the ground there is a magazine holder, and if you are in the middle seat, a privacy divider can be raised for added seclusion from your neighbor. Simply push to release the mechanism. The armrest can be lowered, increasing the seat width for sleeping. On one side of the seat there are various reading lights for bed mode, dining and reading. Next to the console you will find controls for the seat, lighting, headphone jack and the in-flight entertainment remote. In the compartment above the side console there are headphones and conveniently located power outlets, including both a power socket and a USB-A charging port. The compartment also offers plenty of space to store small personal belongings such as your passport or glasses, and features a fold-out mirror, which is a nice touch. Although these business class seats aren't fully enclosed and don't have sliding doors, they still offers a lot of privacy. Thanks to the shell design, you won't easily make contact with your other passengers. Of course, the seats transform into a fully flat bed, providing ample space to sleep in, whatever position you prefer. We'll cover that more in detail later. The seats control are responsive and easy to use as well. Overall, I was perfectly satisfied with the comfort of my seat. Today's journey will cover a distance of 5,677 miles, starting early morning in Manila and arriving at noon in Istanbul local time. The flight time is estimated to take around 13 hours. Shortly after I settled into my seat, the crew handed out the famous pre-departure drink. Note that Turkish Airlines does not provide alcohol as a pre-departure drink. Instead, you have the choice between a freshly squeezed orange juice, lemonade with mint, lemonade with raspberry, and water. I always choose raspberry, which is so good, but I know many people love the lemon mint. Maybe I need to try that next time. Before takeoff, the crew also handed out today's menu. The menu consisted of a breakfast to start with and a full meal before landing. For breakfast there were fruit, yogurt and some chicken and turkey breast and cheese. You also had the option to choose either an omelette or a pancake. Before landing there was a more extensive menu with a 4-course meal. As it was still early, I opted to go to sleep first before eating anything. So we will have a look at the food later. Let's taxi to the runway and start the clock for 13 hours on board. Once airborne, the crew began prepping for the meal service and came by with refreshment towels. I took the towel and headed to the bathroom to change into my pajamas, which I brought with me. It's worth noting that Turkish Airlines does not provide pajamas in their business class, even on longer flights. There are 3 business class toilets on board today's flight. One is slightly larger, facilitating access for people with disabilities. The toilets are fresh and clean, and the largest one has some extra space with a full-size mirror and even a bidet option. The other toilets are a bit smaller and do not have the bidet option. In each toilet you will find products from Molten Brown, including soap, hand cream and a scented stick. Back at my seat, it was time to get some sleep since I've been up since 3 AM. The crew had already set up my mattress topper, blanket and a pillow. The bed was comfortable and the wings on the seat added some sense of privacy. Once the armrest was lowered, it provided ample room for my shoulders. The legroom on the other hand was just okay. The width was adequate and the height was particularly good, especially for those who sleep on their side. Let's get some rest before you check out the food on board. After sleeping for 3 hours, it was time for breakfast. The crew sprang into action, providing hot towels, coffee and some warm nuts to start. Then came the breakfast itself, which consisted of a fruit salad, yogurt and some sliced chicken and turkey, all served in one tray. I skipped the omelette since the meal later was so extensive. In the meantime, let's check out the amenity kit provided. All business class passengers receive amenity kit, but there are different versions for males and females. The male version on this flight is from Salvatore Ferragamo, and I chose the green design, which looks very nice. Inside it includes a green eye mask, a sock, a toothbrush, body lotion, lip balm, face mist and a cool green plastic box shaped like earplugs, with earplugs inside. The female version looks more like a pouch and consists of the same items but in beige. It is super nice amenity kit and I especially love the face mitt, which is so nice to have on longer flights. When it comes to Wi-Fi, all long-haul aircraft are equipped with internet access and business class passengers receive complimentary access with 1 GB of data. Connecting to the in-flight Wi-Fi network is very straightforward. All you need to provide is your seat number and surname. All business class passengers are also presented with noise-cancelling headphones from Denon upon boarding. The quality of these headphones is excellent and very effective in blocking out noise. They are comfortable and over-air, making them easy to wear for extended periods. After checking out the IFE system, which by the way is great and have a ton of options for movie, TV shows and even live television, it was time for another round of food. This time a 4-course meal. The crew started by setting up my table and decorating it with all the essential plus some nice touches like a battery-powered candle, a thoughtful gesture. The sideboard includes olive oil, butter, herbs and some cute miniature minaret-shaped salt and pepper shakers. The first 2 dishes were raro leaves wrapped with seafood and chicken and a mushroom soup. The raro leaves were a bit dry and lacked of flavor. The soup was okay. For the main course I had the Filipino-style beef slides with soy sauce. Unfortunately, it was also a bit dry and didn't meet my expectation. I have flown with Turkish Airlines before, and usually their catering is superb. They use the world's leading catering company Dough & Co, so perhaps my expectations were too high. I have had better food on board before, so this was a bit disappointing. Dessert, however, didn't disappoint. I opted for 2 desserts, the traditional Turkish dessert and a fresh fruit salad, accompanied by a cup of tea to round it off. Both were good. After dinner, it was time to watch some live TV about the Alaska Air incident before landing. The A350 is equipped with onboard cameras, and I love watching the landing from my seat. And yeah, I know, I'm a nerd. Once on the ground, let's disembark before I share my final thoughts on this journey.
Well, this was Turkish Airlines from Manila to Istanbul, a 13-hour flight. Really nice flight, slept for 5 hours. A little bit disappointed about the food. I didn't think that it was so good as it usually are. They use Dough & Co as catering company, and they are really, really good. And I've had really good food there before, so just a miss now. Maybe not my taste, I don't know. But overall, a really good experience flying Turkish. Good crew, superb service, and yeah, until next time, have a safe flight.